Hello, beautiful one. Welcome back to Perfectly Posa podcast. How are you? Yes, you are listening to your host, Posa herself. What have you been up to? Happy new month, guys. I'm so excited. See, is it just me or was March quite horrible? Well, not quite horrible, but it was so long and long suffering. Was it just me or did you guys feel it too? Because I'm excited. I'm excited to be in April. I'm excited to start the new astrological year. It feels brand new, right? And you can hear it in my voice, right? Okay, yes, I'm out of my funk. So let's get started on today's episode. So let's see. In March, the slow month, we talked about completing cycles. Maybe that's why it felt long, Completing cycles sounds like a lot of work. So maybe that's why the month, felt really long. But anyways, we talked about completing cycles. It's important to properly close a particular chapter in your life so that a new one can begin. And it's amazing how this first episode of March collides with a lot of things that I have seen in the horoscope for this new month. Hey students. Then we also moved on to, when you complete a cycle, you're able to understand what the next steps is, what should actually be the next step, not what we just think should be the next step because of structures that we live in. When you know your next steps, of course you have things to do. You have new challenges to face. It's like doubts begin to arise, and as much as you have faith, we talked about having grief along with it, so that when the doubts arise, when the lack comes, when the overwhelming feeling comes, or the anxiety and all of that comes, you are able to have grit to move past it. You'll have slow days, really, really slow days. I feel like, why am I here? That's all because you know what your next steps are. And then we talked about if you stay too long, so confused, it reduces your energy. And you need your energy to produce. You cannot use other people's energy to produce what you want, because their energy is automatically tied to their personality. So you need your own energy to be up at all times, vibrating so that you can produce. And then when you have to produce, you will be shaking about the value of what you are giving out. You would have doubt as well. So you've got to determine your value. Otherwise, others will devalue you. And of course, when you're able to determine your value, you feel good, right? You're able to do some of the things you love. You're able to carry on with your job. You're able to carry on with life because you understand your value in all of these things. You understand that they come to play, right? And when you understand that, you begin to value moments. You begin to understand that every minute, every second counts towards your goal. We are living in a world we don't completely understand, so every moment has got to count. One of the things that has happened to me is coming up from my funk. I go onto social media, right, and I realize I haven't been keeping up. I haven't been promoting Perfectly Posa podcast. I haven't been talking about it. It feels like I have lost days, moments that I could have captured. And I wanted to go into guilt and feel bad, feel sad. But it occurred to me that you were not wasting moments. You were not wasting time. You needed to recharge. You needed to unpack and recharge. You needed to freshen up your brain. And it gave me a scenario, something that I've noticed with technology, with phones. When your phone is on 50%, and then you charge it up to 100, and it goes to 30, and you quickly charge it, and it goes to 80, and you quickly charge it, it feels like your phone begins to run down really, really quick. There's something I read about, and I decided to try it. You let your phone run down to about 1%, and then you charge it to 100%, and you find out that your battery lasts longer. It's funny how when I was self-doubting, this experiment came to mind. You've got to completely run down and completely recharge, have overhaul, even in your life, most especially in your life, so that you can begin to work at an optimized level again. No time taken out to refresh, to re-strategize, to reconsider, to find, to re-understand. No time taken to refresh is ever wasted. And we have grown up in a community that feels like, we've grown up in a society that feels like when you take time to be by yourself, it is that you are heartbroken, it is that you are depressed, it is that you are broke, it is that you don't know what to do with your money. Like, there is always judgment for time taken to refresh, and time taken to unpack, time taken to recharge. There's judgment associated with it. I know these days we are beginning to, try to push that lifestyle of recharging, and it's absolutely necessary. But I also realize that it's been pushed in a way that you've got to be in one country, you've got to be at one beach resort to properly do that. And that's important, that's fun, that's enjoyment. Oh my god, I love stuff like that. I live for things like that. But it doesn't mean that you cannot recharge in some other ways. Don't consider time that you take to be by yourself. Just be in your thoughts. Don't really talk so much to people. Don't consider it waste. Ever. It is necessary because it provides you with clear values as well as clear steps as to what you need to do next. So, it's okay to take time out. Never consider time taken to recharge as waste. I think that's my message for you today. We've got some shout out whoop in the house. But before I get into that, I want to give you a message for this month. I want you to live to the fullest, to the best of your ability. I want you to live every day, every hour, every moment, every second to the best of your ability. There's been so much loss, so much going on. I feel like the only way we can really fight back the losses, the darkness, the evil, is by living life. For every life that we lost out there, we've got to live some more. It's got to matter. So in this month of April, please just live. I know it gets so difficult to live life when we've got so much we're worrying about. Whatever it is for any one of us, just a lot, it makes it difficult for us to keep living life to the fullest. But then the darkness is winning, and then the hot is going to be more, the sadness will be more. So we've got to fight back by living to the fullest, by laughing when we can laugh, by crying when we can cry, by jumping when we want to jump. Just be you. So now, in light of that, I just want to celebrate a couple of people who celebrated their birthday this week, or who are celebrating their birthday this week. First, I'm going to shout out to my sister, my baby sister. Happy birthday, my love. I wish you long life. I wish you happiness. I wish you above all understanding of things around you. Your hands are blessed. Your head is oiled. There's progress for you all year round. I pray you live to your fullest. And then I'm going to be celebrating another person. There's a second person as well. Okay, so this is a shout out to Kemo. I know this is not a strange name to this podcast. You all know that she acts as my editor and guide and so much more, but she's also a very good friend. I just want to wish you, Kemo, a very, very, very happy birthday. And I want to tell you that the things that you have been praying for, the things that you have been wishing for, they are happening. Live in those moments. Acknowledge them. You have come such long way that I cannot help but be amazed. You're doing great. You're doing good. You know now. Happy birthday. I don't need to talk too much, okay? Let's get shit done in this new year, because there's so much to do. But live in every moment. Rejoice in every moment. Embrace yourself to the weirdest quirk you could ever have. Be perfectly you. And then we've got one more shout out. This is to my Ray, my sunshine. Happy birthday, darling Ray. I wish you love. I wish you happiness. I wish you success. I wish you the best life has got to offer. I pray for your continued wisdom, for your continued creativity. I pray that the next steps are open unto you. I pray that you achieve all your creative desires. Pray that you achieve all your romantic desires. You know, looking forward to this new year. I'm looking forward to what Ray has got for us this new year, because it comes with so much surprises. Keep being you. Keep being original. Ooh. I think that's all. Have I forgotten anyone? If you're a listener, you're a silent listener, and your birthday has been in March or this past week in April, happy birthday to you as well, okay? So, speaking of listeners, I wanted to just let you know again that you can now find Perfectly Posa podcast on Apple Podcasts as well. So you can find it on Apple Podcasts. You can find it on Castbox, on Spotify, on YouTube, and various other listening platforms. Follow me on Instagram at Posa_herself to keep up with me. Having said that, if you liked this podcast, please like, please subscribe, please share. If you think someone will benefit from this podcast, please share as well. I would kindly ask that you please leave a review. And that reminds me, I am going to be doing a video. I'm going to be doing a vlog a tutorial video showing you how to leave a rating and how to leave review across different platforms. Okay, so expect that as soon as possible. I've talked so much, so I'm going to be leaving you here today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If today was your first time listening to me, thank you so much. Make sure you tune in again next week Thursday, okay? And if you have been here since day one, my real MVP, thank you very much. Keep listening, keep tuning in. I look forward to your reviews. Alright now, so guys, I'm just like talk to you again next week Thursday. Keep being what? Keep being perfectly you.